Are you ready? Here I am at Beermageddon, and I am with LawnMower Deth.
Ooh, crikey.
She's with us.
I'm with them.
Me, Pete.
Pete.
And I'm Paddy.
Pete and Paddy. Oh, two peas. Two peas in a pod.
2 peas.
Botox boy over there. You notice it looks like he's had Botox. Do you think it looks like he's had Botox?
Does it look like I've had Botox?
It does look like you've had Botox.
Not buttocks, Botox.
Well, he's had plenty
that,
of Botox. That's a U tree thing,
I
though,
should
isn't it?
feel honoured. People pay good money for that, don't they?
Yeah,
We do.
absolutely,
We
man.
do, evidently.
Yeah.
Right. We'll get back to why we're here,
Oh, okay. Why?
just for a minute.
Okay.
We're at Beermageddon because you're headlining this evening.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Somebody had to, didn't they?
Yeah.
They asked us. So, yes.
Yes.
Quite looking forward to it, actually.
Yeah,
it's quite strange, isn't it? It's like
atmosphere.
playing a car boot sale.
It is.
Okay, basically. It's
There's lots of cars.
yeah, there's loads of cars and tents. Do you know what? The best thing about this festival, car boot sale, so far, I've only been here, about half an hour
Yep.
and a couple of beers, and I've had so many presents. It's been fantastic.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I've been given a photograph, a kazoo,
Oh, yeah.
and that
And that, yeah.
from a small child, which is brilliant. I was really delighted with that.
I got one too.
You got one. Oh, wow. You're doing
Although I've
well.
not got any other gifts.
So my expectation for the rest of the event is quite good. Money. I'm expecting money.
Are you?
Yeah. Food.
More beer.
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 Yeah.
Lots of beer.
Yeah.
Lots of beer.
Absolutely.
Last night I ran a music quiz.
Did you?
I did.
The answer was 7, wasn't it?
And in the music quiz we did guess the lyric.
Did you?
And one of the guess the lyrics is what you wrote about the Shobberfucker Blades of Hades.
Okay. I wouldn't have got that one. if he put some
had
Aerosmith
things
lyrics in,
about
I'd have stood a
Egg
chance.
sandwiches and all sorts of things that
no.
what you wrote. And you're surprising the amount of people who knew what it was.
Really?
Yes.
What, even
Good.
the sharp fucker blades one?
Yeah.
But the truth is, I don't know my own lyrics, so it's you know.
As you'll
In fact,
find out
other people
later.
do. It's like a Star Trek convention. Did you know in 1987 you wrote this lyric? You know, it's like,
Because you had said on it, you didn't know what the words were, so how do you expect anybody else to know it?
That's
So
it.
that's why you wrote that piece. And
So tonight
people
when
knew that
Pete
bit.
does his normal like that, we'll get a good response then.
Oh,
Ah,
Yeah.
brilliant. I could be like
Yeah.
Robbie Williams tonight.
Yeah.
Like
So
that.
Lots of that.
Sing.
what's all this
More of
about egg sandwiches then?
Egg sandwiches.
Well, apparently it's the first time we've ever played it live, isn't it?
I don't think
Ever.
we have ever played that song
So-
live.
People
you
have
wish
been
to
asking for it for
constitute it as a
some
song.
reason. Yeah.
But yeah, we're playing it tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
We learnt it and
See, I
everything.
don't even know what's in the set. To be honest. I'm singing
And the other
about
thing I was asked to mention was about your hairy legs.
hairy legs. What, my hairy legs?
Anybody's. There's something about hair.
Yeah. Have you been speaking
Leg
with
hairs.
Steve?
My lips are sealed.
No, you spoke. So you say, like, what happened? This has been a running joke. I grew up with.
Yours are like mine,
And
Lord.
I've got like
Hey.
hairy legs on this side. You got that? Right. Leg hair. Yeah.
You've got his
Okay.
legs. Hang on.
And yeah,
Got to zoom in
you
on
go to
legs
the
again.
outside and no leg hair.
And my
And then
tattooist.
interestingly, you go to this leg,
Ah.
and yet you go to the outside and no leg hair.
And I've just got none.
I'm like 50% cyclist.
I've just got none. My tattooist goes, have you shaved them, Gav? Especially for tattoo? I'm like, no, that's how they are.
And while we're here, ask Jay, what about your leg hair?
He waxes his.
Anybody who can grow leg hair on the outside, I'm quite jealous of. It's like, you know.
Isn't that where the trouser comes?
Well, I've worn shorts for years, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm just inadequate, I think.
Just bought lucky, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So you've been touring a bit this year?
Touring.
We were actually saying it's
Ridiculous.
more like a tour than
Bloody hell.
Look, I'm trying,
Who used the T word?
tea.
nobody. I'm trying to big you up here.
To
No, you have
big
to.
you
Come
Ah,
on.
okay, sorry.
They've blown it already.
Well, we've done
Well, what
four
have we
whole
done?
gigs,
4?
haven't we? 4.
How many have I done?
And if you include Evil Death, it's 6. So
6.
it's like ridiculous.
Okay.
By the
Yeah.
end of the year, we're doing 6, which is like the most ever.
4, which is 1 1/4,
Yeah.
technically is tour by our standards.
I reckon so.
It makes me shudder, the tour word. Honestly, I just word tour. No, who wants to tour? Yeah, tour's horrible.
You don't like it.
I like eventing.
Eventing?
Yeah, not 4-point refusal eventing. Yeah, there's in this like hallowed sports ground. I like eventing.
And playing car boot
I
sales.
like turning up for the event.
Playing car boot sales with
I like turning up for car boot sales, particularly.
So are you staying here for the whole weekend?
No, I'm going home.
I am, yeah. We're going home Monday, I think.
So you're a
You're staying till Monday?
Yeah.
Are you mental?
Yeah.
hardened camper and...
Hardened camper and
Idiot.
soft. I am soft as shit. Do you know what? Number one excuse for tonight is I need to get back for the Labrador.
Right.
Yeah, so I need to get back for my dog. Because, you know, two-hand shits, isn't it, with Labradors? So I do need to get back for that. That's my number one excuse, followed by the kids. Because I keep it real. But actually, camping at a car boot sale in -3 degrees is it's kind of...
Honestly, I've got a prompt in the corner.
Oh, yeah, auto prompt. Did you say hello Atlanta?
Come and join in, Joe.
Hey, you're welcome.
Come on.
No, I want to know.
Come on,
There's a rumour that LawnMower Deth might become Download's house band. Is that true?
Nice, okay. We hope to become.
Yeah, I think we already are, aren't we?
I think so.
Well, you did it this year, didn't you? Yeah.
Four, I think we've done 4 downloads in 5 years.
4 in 5 years, yeah.
Andy Coppin reckoned that you might be their house band.
That'd be
I'd love
Yeah.
if Andy Copping thinks I'm his house band.
Was it the
delighted.
word
That'd be
band,
well.
though, he used?
Band, yeah. Not a bunch of rabble, you know.
Yeah,
rabble.
I'm not Andy Copping's bitch.
Unfortunately, I didn't see the set.
That's got a ring to it.
Did you enjoy it?
What down? Did I enjoy
Oh,
Download?
man, yeah.
Ridiculous. It was a Who, wasn't it, this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, Download was something special this year. I thought.
Yeah, it was a
Just
good
happened.
one. They're always good, aren't they? But that was something special.
Yeah, this year something just sort of morphed, didn't it?
It was insane, wasn't
It was the biggest car boot you've ever seen, wasn't it? it was a massive one this year. Car boot event. I don't know, there was something about it this year that it was.
Yeah. It just all felt right, didn't it?
But that's it, I'm really looking forward to tonight. I keep hearing rumbles that tonight will be,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
So what would you contribute
What
your
happened
success to this year? Because obviously you've openly said that the success this year you've had has surpassed anything you've had previously. And you said the T word earlier. Yeah. But you've had more gigs this year than you've had previous years. So what do you think that's been
The rest of them keep saying yes and I keep saying no. That's why we've done more. There's more of them than me.
I've got a theory.
You've got a theory. Okay,
Punk's
I
coming
like
back
theories.
into fashion.
Punk's back in fashion?
Yeah.
If by that you're saying we're a punk band, I'm delighted because you get it.
Yeah.
Not many do.
Well, I saw
I
you.
honestly think we're a punk band.
No, you
I
are.
really do think we're a punk metal band. The biggest compliment I was ever paid was when somebody turned around and said you are the punkest metal band I've ever seen. And yeah, that'll do.
But it
That'll
is
do.
though, isn't it?
That's
Because it's
just-
random, it's British,
Of course
it's
it is.
you know, it's having a good time, and that's what punk was back in the day.
Yeah.
I think, anyway.
Yeah, so do I.
And you've brought fun back into being in a gig.
But there's nothing to say. Should you not have fun at a gig anyway?
But that's the whole point.
Whether it's or somebody else does it. Hello.
should,
It's like
you
ice
should
cream.
have fun at a gig. That's the whole point. But some bands seem to have lost that.
A lot of bands seem to have lost that.
I think that's a problem. If people are going to gigs, it doesn't matter whether it's us over here at this end of the spectrum, and it doesn't matter whether it's Rush doing what Rush would do. You should still come out of a Rush gig with a smile on your face and say, "Do you know what? That was fucking brilliant." Because that's what you pay your money for, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So if you come out feeling miserable at a Rush gig, then you've just lost 60 quid. and that's a bad day at the office, isn't it?
Yeah.
At least you'll only lose a tenner if you come and see us. You know, but you know, I don't know, people should come out of gigs. I know what it was like when Paddy will tell you exactly the same thing. That when we went to gigs when we were like 16, 17 years old, you were excited for days. You know, like that Santa Claus kicking your legs because he was like, "Oh, it's a gig!" You know, and that's what gigs should be, shouldn't it? You should be physically excited before you get there.
To see Scarecrow at Bloodstock the other week,
No,
get that
fun
crowd
night.
with that reaction, absolutely fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm so chuffed from because we're such good mates with them.
No.
now. and I was just so chuffed for him to do that, and it was great. And everybody in that crowd had a great time as well.
So is that how Evil Death became about then?
Evil Death sort of came about just because we wanted to help out with this charity gig, and Pete couldn't
I
really
couldn't
do
play.
it.
I
Pete
wasn't
couldn't
around
really
that
do it,
day, so
we sort of got our heads together and thought, why not?
and there's no prima donna thing, you know. It's, you know, I just couldn't play. Wasn't around that day, and I'm not going to stop the boys from playing if they want to play a gig. So we play a gig. It's just, you know, I'm not. This band's like permutations at the moment. You can take a guess who's going to be in this band at the moment.
Doesn't it add to the excitement?
Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's like the lucky bonus ball, isn't it? Does that look too camp if I say it like that? I'm struggling with my seating position on this bench. Number 9. I don't know, like the very first gig we did when we played Ali Pally, you didn't play, did you, in the States?
No, that's
So
right.
Paddy didn't do that. I didn't do the Evil Death gig. Paddy, you know, Kev comes and goes, you know, with the wind and stuff like that. And it's just kind of, you know,
It just works.
we've been mates for a long time. We'll just, you know, long as people are around, we'll play. Kind of thing.
Evil
That's how
Death
it
was
works.
a one-off, but we're now doing it as a
second one.
off, but that'll probably be the last one, you know.
Yeah.
So what, next year you're doing another
We're
bit?
doing Headbanger Balls in
Yeah.
December. 'Cause
It's
I'm
great.
trying
It's
to pull
confusing
out,
people. People think I'm dead. I've seen that rumour go around again. So I'm dead, and I've been replaced by Matthew from Evil Scarecrow. Matthew.
He did well though, didn't he? 2 rehearsals.
Yeah,
or something.
2 rehearsals.
Yeah. Did you see it? Yeah, there was only
That
footage,
is,
was it?
I've seen the YouTube footage.
Oh, was there YouTube?
Yeah, no, I actually watched it. It's quite bizarre.
Yeah.
Watching.
You weren't nervous at all?
No, I mean, you know what? Matt's just a really good guy.
Yeah.
Christ, you know, it's bloody LawnMower Deth, isn't it? We've all been mates for 30 years. So, you know.
But you,
Jordan
There's
is
nothing
superb.
to
The
be
drummer
worried
from
about.
Scarecrow goes, I want to play bass on that. Well, you're the drummer. Yeah, I can play bass. So he came upstairs with a bass, learnt the song in 10 minutes upstairs, never rehearsed it with us before, and then just didn't drop a note. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And you had Emma on that day as well,
And
didn't you?
Emma as well,
Doing
yeah.
the vocals
Yeah.
for Kids in America.
Yeah.
Well, she was going to do it tonight, but she can't get here. There's a bit of a family circumstance, unfortunately, so she can't play tonight. So, but otherwise, she'd have, you know, stepped in tonight.
Oh, that's a shame. But
But I think that slot's up for grabs.
yeah.
I think that slot's up for grabs.
See, I
I
know
think
the
we
little
should start-
birdie. I don't know how true this is, but you're trying to get. Is it Kim Wilde to do it at Download next year?
Well, that's a big birdie that you've been talking
Well,
to.
that's
isn't it?
that's what I've heard.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, that's quiet then, and we'll leave it on there. So, sorry.
does
Do you know it?
It's give out.
Pissing away.
You seem to have a really big fan base where you go. A lot of people know of you and love you, and
We've got a real hardcore fan base, which we love to bits, really, don't we? I mean, they travel all over to see us, don't they? I mean, when we played, was it London?
That's how many gigs we do a
America.
year. When you're touring this hard, like we do, you can't even remember where we've been.
But the fans just travel, and we just love it. I mean, we had
They
Brian
are.
from America, didn't he? Come from America to see us.
Honestly, it's been bizarre since we sort of started playing the second time round and sort of eventing. I don't know, people just travel some redonkulous amount of distance to come together. We've had people travel over from Greece, people travelling from Ireland, from the USA, stuff like that. That's fairly hardcore to come and see a shit 2-bit punk band like us, really.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why you do it though, isn't it?
yeah, and also they help with the funding of the album.
Yeah, the Crikey re-release, that really sailed, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's brilliant. So,
People are still waiting for it, and the bonus CD.
well, yeah, this might destroy the myth of how showbiz. But actually, I've got 100 album sleeves in the boot of my car from Earaid for everybody to sign in a tent today. So that's how rock and roll this is. You know, you have to drive the sleeves around yourself for people to sign. But you know, product's going out now, isn't it? A lot of people have got CDs and stuff.
Yeah.
They won't have the clear vinyl because they're in my boot. So
I think I got
you're
a
waiting
two-tone.
for your clear vinyl. It's my fault.
No, I think I ordered there's a 2-tone one as well in there.
A two-tone
Is it
one.
green
There
and
was
white?
a.
There's several colours, I
Marble
think,
one.
isn't
I
there?
bought a marble
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
but I've been told September now.
I actually like a nice
That's 'cause we had
sepia
time.
tint. I would have thought would have been good. You know, nice sepia one, and I don't know, nice puce one maybe.
I mean, we've never been involved in a place before, have we? I mean, a lot of the young upcoming bands know all about it. We'd never heard of it.
Yeah, Kickstarter. It was like, what's
and
that?
It was just like, wow. Just
Yeah.
took off and went great.
But it's great, you know. People place the money. People are getting ridiculous things like toys and a record, apparently. But it's great.
Do you think the Kickstarter image might have been a bit tarnished now with what's happened with money being put forward to a festival that's not going to happen? Are people going to be a bit dubious, a bit more cautious?
I don't know. I don't think that's anything to do with Kickstarter, and probably, unfortunately, probably based around either apathy of ticket sales, which is most likely, or organisation on the other side. I don't know, but you know, we weren't involved in that one. But and you know, Kickstarter's just a medium, isn't it? Really, it's just a bank.
Yeah.
You know, you stick your money in the piggy bank, and it happens or it doesn't. But I do think it's a shame somebody's put that much effort into it and it's not happened.
What sort of stuff did you put up for people to buy? What sort of?
It was well, we didn't put
up?
anything up. Earache went well. In fact, it wasn't even Earache. It was Dig. Dig went just potty. It started with, would you put the album out? Which that was an easy answer. That was a yes. And t-shirts and patches and stuff like that were fairly obvious. But then trampolines. People have bought trampolines. Weebles. Adopt a sheep. I particularly like that one. Download passes. You got download passes. You know, varying content of car boot sales.
You might be able to pick up a few items.
I saw a really nice Dennis the Menace jumper in there earlier on. Got my eye on that.
Did you have like a private gig somewhere at someone's house?
No, that was never put it out. I mean, to be quite honest, I mean, you know, it's probably bad enough having to watch us in the crowd. Never mind if it's like one-on-one with a cup of tea and a scone in your hand, isn't it? That'd be quite creepy, really, I suppose.
Quite smelly.
Yeah, I'd have thought
You'd be
so.
surprised who likes your music, you know, because you might have some rich bastard with a mansion and say, come play here and let's fucking, you know.
We're round into that, Copping's bitch thing, aren't we? There, you know, it's like, you know, they want to pay for us to go to their house. I don't know. No, we didn't. I don't know. That was never offered. That one. No. The idea of doing a private gig in somebody's house. The parents have probably been quite upset. I would have thought.
I'm trying to let you do it.
It's all right. It's all right. We have a guest interviewer today, so we will let him have his say. Carry on.
Right, my last question then, and then I'm just going to go. You've obviously been around a while. Are you going to write any more material?
No.
Never.
That was it, wasn't it? That was no answer. Are we going to write any more material? I think bottom line is never say never. Because we're not supposed to be here now, and we're not supposed to be gigging now, and all of that kind of stuff. So there is a never say never.
Why?
Because
why? How many bands have come back from the desert? You know,
I get that, but you know, I mean,
it's too far early, isn't it? Would we ever be able to equal what we've already done?
You might
better.
People are probably bored of my stock answer in interviews like this, because I've said this one a lot, but it is honestly the truth. Is if you look like a band like Twisted Sister at the moment, who I just think have got it right. Okay? It's all about the legacy. It's all about the event. It's all about the gig. They do 10 shows a year as Twisted Sister. Bat it out the park every single time. You know, if you saw him at Donington, it was as good as 1982. Yeah, and why go back and destroy the legacy?
They're playing what people want to hear.
Yeah, I think that's the truth, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, why do people want to come and see us? They probably want to have a good time, sup a couple of beers, behave in a slightly different way that you would at a gig normally, particularly if you're watching Rush. Okay, and you kind of know what we're going to give you. You know, we're a bit Premier Inn, aren't we? You know, you get to a Premier Inn, and you know it's the purple bed, and you know it's granola for breakfast, right? And we're kind of that band. We are the Premier Inn of metal. Or punk. You look surprisingly like Lenny Henry. It's that Botox thing you've got going on, mate.
It's all these pictures that he's posing for these days. You know, he has to look good, don't we?
We've got a new cover tonight, haven't we? Which we want me to play.
Yeah, there is a new track in. Well, technically a new track in the set tonight. It's not one of ours, but technically it's a new
Are you
track.
going to tell us what it is?
No.
Oh, you're a cunt.
We have played it once before, and the best thing is nobody knew what it was because they're not old enough. But we're old enough to know what it is.
Okay.
Right.
Well, we know when you play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of. Yeah, you're younger than me.
Okay,
I
what
can tell
vein
you're
is it?
younger
Is
than
it,
me.
is it a funny track? Is it a...
No, it's
I
not a
don't
funny
know.
track.
Straight.
Weird Al Yankovic track, for example.
No. I mean, do you know what? It wouldn't make sense, would it? It wouldn't make sense. I mean, that's kind of like putting two, sort of,
Positive to
opposing
positive.
exactly,
Yeah.
together. It's just going to react badly if you put like LawnMower and a Weird Al Yankovic track together.
I'd pay to see that, though.
The universe will take a seismic shift before we know what's happened. So no, it is just a track we love, and it's going to go in the set tonight. And it's good rock and roll.
Yeah.
Good.
And if you know,
Come
you can
punk
sing
by
along.
the time we've played it. But I suspect 50% of the audience, 90% of the audience won't know what it is.
I bet
You'll
I
have to
do.
just point it out then,
Yeah, it's in the encore.
I think it's
Right, okay. Right, I think we're running out of time, but before we go, I always ask a random question. We're going to start with Jay first.
Okay.
Marmite, love it, hate it?
I'll have to say I love it because my cat's called Marmite.
Ah, that's a big.
But I
big
actually
give.
hate eating it.
It's a big give, that one.
Right, yeah. Yep.
I hate it.
100% love it every morning, by the way. On toast.
Yeah.
Every morning, Marmite for me.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to watching you play later. And thanks for your time. And thanks to our guest interviewer.
We look forward to playing later.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're selling anything, candlesticks or something like that out the boot of your car, I'll pop out for later.
Yeah, we'll have a look and see what we got in it.
Okay,
All
brilliant.
right.
When you've seen one, you've seen them all, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for letting me invade.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers, Jay.
See you in a bit, guys.
Cheers, mate.
See ya. See you, darling.
Catch you later.
That's fun.
All right.